Hey guys, I'm Nike Dunks, 3-time Gladiator, 1-time rank 1 hunter, and in this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about my general setup and what I like to use in Arena. As you see here, my two main pets are cranes, one spec Cunning, one spec Ferocity. My main pet is Cunning for Roar of Sacrifice, as this is a very helpful spell in preventing enemy burst and potential kills. However, there are many DK or dot cleave teams that are going to look to kill my pet, so I will run Ferocity against those teams for Heart of the Phoenix, which is an instant pet res, allowing me to use potentially 2 pets. My other pets are a Serpent, which will give an attack speed buff, a Devilsaur, which will give a crit buff, and a Spirit Beast, which will give a mastery buff. Because I'm running Jungle Cleave, I will use these pets, but they will vary depending on the comp I'm running to give ourselves buffs before the game. Right now I'm playing Jungle Cleave with a Feral Druid named Hype and a Holy Paladin named Thelf. I'm going to show you guys a few clips of our arena matches, which tend to be pretty fast paced with a lot of aggressive play. Now there are 3 matches here, which I will commentate to give you a better understanding of what I do. Here we are playing against Rogue Ellie Disc. This should be a relatively easy win, however you do have to be smart with using your PvP trinket because you could die in a smoke bomb swap. On Blaze Edge Arena against Rogues, I like to flare the middle of the bridge and leave an explosive trap behind us to knock the enemy team off when they come up the ramp. Right off the bat, I see that they open up my Druid, so I root the Ellie Shaman and start hard on him with a power shot while he has no bubble from the Priest. The Priest drops a Psyfiend and I kill it as fast as I can, but it does get a fear off on my Druid. Anytime you play a Priest, you should look to kill the Psyfiend as fast as possible because most of the time you can stop the fear completely. I do sometimes silence it, but this is not always needed. The Rogue peels the rest of my opener with a cheap shot, and I decide to sack myself to reduce the damage I'll take in the stun, and to keep our team offensive. Positioning is another thing to note here. Generally, your team should be positioned with the Feral Druid in front, the Hunter in the middle, and the Healer in the back, trying to avoid enemy CC. Our positioning here is pretty good, and since I'm going to take such little damage, our Paladin is able to push up and play aggressive, and he's able to get CC on the enemy team. I also noticed that we got the Rogue's trinket with the Hodge, and we'll be able to put him into further CC later on in the game. I go for a scatter trap onto the Priest, and my Paladin puts the Rogue into a full repentance, and my Feral opens on the Ellie Shaman. We instantly force paint suppression, and the Priest doesn't decide to trinket. However, my Paladin then pushes up and he puts him into a full blind. The Priest is forced to trinket the blind because of our pressure, and I instantly put him into a silent shot, which is followed up by a Cyclone from my Druid. It was pretty easy to tell that the Priest had to trinket there, so I had more CC ready, and my Druid followed it up with a Cyclone to ensure that we got the kill. I kill the Psyfiend and go for a scatter trap on the Shaman. My Druid takes the grounding with a Fairy Fire, and I land a full scatter trap. The Priest MDs the trap, but it's okay because we still have momentum and constant pressure. I'm just going to try and do enough damage where I can keep the pressure up until our next CC chain is available.
Okay, you ready for bash?
Knock him back. Yeah. Do the drive-by.
Bashing.
Do it.
Drive-by
Watch
trap,
it,
drive-by
please.
trap. Here I land what I like to call a drive-by trap. The drive-by trap is when you remove trap launcher and you manually drop a trap onto the target off of a teammate's CC. This is a good way to trap because it is often not as predictable as basic scatter trap. In this case, my Feral and I line up a bash into a trap, and my Holy Pally puts a Hodge onto the Priest to stop the mass dispel. We force dispersion here, and while the Shaman is still trapped, I scatter the DK to stop damage and peels, and to keep crowd CC on their team, but I also could have just saved it to put on the Shaman after the trap. My trap is back up and the other team has no defenses left. My Pharaoh roots the shaman and I scatter trap him, ensuring that nobody eats the trap. With the shaman's trinket coming up soon, I look to continue the CC chain with another silencing shot, followed by a scatter shot. My paladin finishes out the CC chain and we're able to score a kill on the priest. We had control of this game the entire time, and this allowed our team to play very offensive with even our paladin landing CC onto their shaman. You want to keep up constant pressure on the other team, and cross CC is an essential part of scoring a kill against the Shadow Priest Restless Shaman combos. When you do go to trap the healer, look to stun the priest with Intimidation, Bash, or Hodge in order to stop the massive spell and to stop the priest from healing himself. You should feel like you were in control of the match because as you saw here, the other team was pushed back the entire game and we were able to manhandle them with sheer damage and CC. That's these guys.
Oh.
KT.
I'm gonna try to wrap
I'll
off this
stun warrior on
charge.
opener.
Okay.
No, don't worry about it. You can get Zerkers, I guess, but that's about it. Stunning here, going in.
Okay. Can you bash
shaman
priest maybe?
maybe?
Spear, actually.
Wrapping priest, wrapping priest.
Bashing when you trap.
I'm locked, I'm
Okay,
locked.
great.
Go now, go now. Go trap.
Bash, trinketed,
Sounds
kill the
some-
mass spell.
Lullaby.
Wrapping.
Okay.
Wrap them half.
Just on my power shot.
Hajium.
Okay.
You're good. I guess come on.
Stunning priest,
Got it.
power shotting. Big power shot. Might just die.
Second.
We finisher, he's dead?
Just
No,
rest.
he's
Fearful,
still there.
fearful. First. Sit in the sphere. Sit in the
Okay.
sphere.
Warrior's gonna go Swifty out of this.
Rooting warrior.
Okay.
Feed full.
Got you.
We missed your run.
Rooted him.
Perfect.
Oh, I got
I'm
stunned,
locked.
Running. I have a trap back up,
Nice, nice. Wrap. Full wrap.
Warrior. Nice, that's nice.
Stampede,
Full blind
Priest.
out
Okay.
Dancing here as well.
Full blind.
Huge damage.
Oh, I tried to kick mass spell. He stopped
Yeah.
with the warrior. Just go ham.
Okay.
Right here, get the kill.
Lullaby.